for fast, cheap, and reliable Madden 23 coins. Make sure you guys go check out my sponsor, AOEAH.com. Use code VENOM at checkout for 3% off your order.
Yo, what's guys, Venom Fire here, back from the video answer. We're going to be hopping into another Madden 23 coverage defense. This one's going to be some zone coverage. I know I've been dropping a lot of man coverage lately on the channel, so we want to hop into some zone coverage. Actually, might be my first zone coverage video, or it's my second zone coverage video. The first defensive video I posted was zone. Just had to double check real quick. Now, we're going to be in a new formation that I do not believe I've run yet, and it's going to be the nickel over formation. This is out of the Kansas City Chiefs defensive playbook, and it's a very balanced formation. You can do a lot with it just for coverage, blitzing purposes. This is going to be a play that I liked to run in the beta a little bit. And there's definitely some other coverage plays out of here that I like a lot, so can definitely bring you some more of that. Also, before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below for more Madden 23 videos, and let me know what content you want to see next. But we're going to be running this nickel 2 trap play in the middle there. It's a very versatile play. I'll show you a lot of ways that you can run it. Kind of a cover 3 cloud, but also kind of not. You have some blitzing opportunity, as you can tell right there, so I like it a lot. Personnel-wise, just normal. Get some good passers on the edge for when you rush 4. And then, yeah, get safeties, fast linebackers, whoever you want in that position. But overall, I like to have auto flip on, baseline, and then we'll talk about some of the zone drop stuff a little bit later. And yeah, let's go into it. All right, so getting out here, of course, we're base aligned. So generally what I'll do just for my first adjustment is just pinch the defense. Now, sometimes you might not want to pinch the cornerbacks if you're base aligned, because if you notice on that left side, it's a little bit risky if they were to just throw, a streak out there. Who knows? In this situation, you could kind of pass it to the outside. Now, the safeties do play more to the outside, so it's a little bit less risky than maybe in years past. But nonetheless, the point still stands. Now, who shedded on that first play? You can see this is one of the best shed defenses in the game. And this was just a straight rush. You see how the pressure can work. Christian McCaffrey's on a block and release, and he didn't pick it up, but you notice I didn't do anything really. All I did was pinch, send that slot corner. We didn't hover, we didn't do nothing like that, and you notice the pressure got there. So you love to see it just based on normal looks. And again, we're going to show the blitz first, and then we'll switch to a 4-man kind of adjustment. So as far as your base adjustments, you can kind of run this play stock, really. Now, one thing I like to do is back up that cornerback on the left side in the soft squat. So the way you do that, how do you back up that guy? You're going to press Y or triangle, A or X, and that's going to bring up your individual coverage adjustments. I will do a video on how to quick adjust as well. Just give me some time. I got a lot of stuff to go through in the beginning of the year, but so it's always going to be the outside corner if you want to, or the outside wide receiver if you want to adjust your outside corner. In this case, it's going to be Robbie Anderson. You just press X or square, and then just push that left stick up, and it's only going to move him back. So that's a valuable adjustment because obviously we don't want to move the slot cornerback. And yeah, so I also you can put him on a hard flat, cloud flat, whatever. We'll leave him on the soft spot for now. And as far as user in this scenario, you can go with whatever. I would probably take Donovan Wilson here, and we're just going to go ahead and snap the ball. And you notice that this time he gets a better blocking adjustment, but there is a way to get this blitz to come through a little bit more on routine. So just taking a look at the blitz, like a Parsons, he didn't take the best angle necessarily. Now you notice what happened is DeMarcus Lawrence got free off the edge. So if McCaffrey wasn't in protection, it would have been a sack. And that's just the power of this blitz. Again, this is no slanting, just the normal rushes. And we almost end up getting 2. We almost really get it. It's a really nice block from the left tackle to make that play. But yeah, you can see just the value of the blitz is very strong. And again, this is with no adjustments. And just running it stock, there's not really much open as well. So again, here you see DeMarcus Lawrence getting free once again. It's really nice. Now, how are we going to add to this? How are we going to make sure we get free? Now, first of all, I'll show the blitz. Let's just throw McCaffrey on a little route just to show it against a 5-man protection. And again, running it relatively stock, DeMarcus Lawrence is going to get free. So that's how the blitz works if he's 5-man protection. Now, you saw the slot corner came free, and the stock route that McCaffrey's on is a block and release. So he's not in protection normally. He's on a block and check and release. So he sees if anyone gets free, and he picks them up. The first rep, DeMarcus Lawrence didn't get free, but every single rep since then, you've noticed who is getting free. It's DeMarcus Lawrence every single time. This blitz worked, I believe, in early 22. I posted a video on something like this, And again, this is no hovering, no glitching your D-line. This is just the bad blocking mechanics of this game. DeMarcus Lawrence, he's a really fast DN, and it's a really quick pressure. I mean, you're going to have to snap throw it right here. And at this point, nobody's really open besides maybe the running back. So, very powerful blitz. Again, I'll show it with McCaffrey on a little route. And as far as your coverage, you don't have to do a whole lot because you are versatile with having your outside third pressed. And then he's not really going to be able to fit anything else in. So here, again, you see the situation. McCaffrey was on his route. Again, he is in the check and release, but he's not going to be able to pick up. So you're usually going to have one of two results. A, the slot corner getting free, and B, DeMarcus Lawrence getting free. This time, DeMarcus Lawrence, he gets blocked immediately, and your result is clear. I think it depends a lot on what Micah Parsons does. Usually, if he gets a straight rush on the tackle, the corner's going to get free. And if he takes kind of an angle to the right side, you will notice that DeMarcus Lawrence is going to be the one who gets free. So, I mean, just a pretty clear and concise route. And you can really run this blitz out of any play. You could run it out of a Tampa 2, cover 3, really anything. So let's just show it. So we'll show it again with McCaffrey blocked. He hasn't been on necessarily a true block, although the check and release is technically a block. He's on a true block, and you see the protection's going to be good. It's going to be solid, and everything's going to be picked up business as usual. That's what you would expect. Blocking 6 against 5, it's nothing that's too out of the ordinary. You're not looping, so you can't really expect this to work. Everybody blocks really well. Of course, ideally, Micah Parsons maybe takes a better angle, but he's kind of doing his own thing with his abilities and all his cool animations and statistics. But I mean, look at the coverage as well. Coverage really bagging a lot of what we have here. Again, you see the streaks taken away. And then Anthony Barr from that vert hook position, he actually does a good job of, being passed off. So you would take away the crosser and then you would come down and go back to the backside in route. Dagger's one of the best, just nice plays I like to show coverage against because it really has everything you would need to show in a defense. So let's show what you can do with this blitz next. Now you can go with a hover. I'm going to hover with Donovan Wilson in this scenario. Let's just hover. Let's block Christian McCaffrey. So we're going to hover like this. And again, if you notice in blocking 6, you've really already won. Again, I mentioned that this isn't just a straight blitz. We're not focused on necessarily getting pressure. We're more so focused on coverage. So we'll show the hover in a couple of different ways and show that it just really doesn't affect the blitz too much. In this case, you do actually see it work. So if you're trying to get the pressure to come against 6 people, what you're going to use is Anthony Barr over here. So, and again, McCaffrey, this might just be because McCaffrey's on the right side. I'm not too sure about that. We can try it. And then again, here you see it doesn't work. So you really need, I guess, a good hover. But even if it doesn't work, sheds are going to be good. And you should still be fine. I mean, he still doesn't have a lot of time to throw, even with that working. So let's go more to the coverage now and show some of the coverage things. So if your blitz isn't working, is there really a reason to send the 5th guy? Probably not. You notice him blocking his running back. That's a win in your book. He has less people to throw to, and the pressure should still get through fast with how good the block sheds are, especially if you have 2 good DNs like we do in Micah Parsons and D-Law. So we're immediately going to use this player over here wide to our advantage. Now, what's the weakness in this defense? It's pretty obviously the middle of the field, and it's going to be specifically on that right side. If I were hypothetically to throw Ian Thomas just in a streak here, it's an easy touchdown if you have a Pitts, Parham, any of those fast guys. Now, Ian Thomas is slower. Diggs is able to recover. If you want, you can't. You could press normally. I just don't like it because I like to have my linebackers compressed. So if you want, what you can do is also not press the corners. You can just pinch your D-line and pinch your linebackers. If you want that slot corner pressed, you can move him down just individually, the way I said earlier. So you can definitely set up your defense like this. Now, we want a safer defense. We don't want the middle of the field to be exposed like this because it's very difficult to generate big plays in this game, and you don't want to give them up that easy. So we're going to put Stephon Diggs here. Not Stephon Diggs. Trayvon Diggs. He's good in his zone, but we want him in something else. We don't want him in the half. We want him in either a quarter or a third. Either works in this scenario. So we're just going to throw him in a third like so. And then what we're going to do is put our safety here. It's going to be Jaron Kearse. We're going to throw him in an inside third. So we have turned this into a cover 3 cloud without a zone over here. And you can do a couple of different things over here. You can actually user this player right here and kind of turn him into a... what's it called? You can kind of turn him into a curl flat user. So you're going to defend the sidelines if anything's there, and if not, then that's where you can user anything else. If I were to run my defense like this, what am I going to do? I am going to... let's actually try some different... because you notice how Sorry, I'm going on 20 different tangents here, but I'm going to try a different straight rush. I'm going to slant down, and that might also help with the blitz, because if you notice when I was looking at the blitz, I didn't even really pay attention to this. Micah Parsons was facing the right, which could have affected the blitz. So I'll go back to that at the end of the video. So if you want to see the blitz with a different crashing method, but going back to my point, what you would do with these other guys, you would throw Y in a little vert hook, and then I would probably throw X in a mid read. You can man them up, but I think it's just a little bit too risky. So this is going to leave you to defend, again, anything deep, any drags. The outside thirds do a good job of defending things deep. So in this case, all we have to do is worry about this corner, and we get really fast block sheds. So really a 6-man protection there against 4, and we get really good block sheds. You notice McCaffrey, he's not going to hold up. I don't know what this weird animation is. McCaffrey just decides, oh, I think Baker's good, so we'll just pass him off. I'll block him next play so you get more realistic. But, I mean, look at the coverage. Vert hook doing its job. The streaks, of course, defended. And then the in route is going to be backed by our soft squad. I like the way soft squads play a lot this year. You notice how he takes away the in route and then something comes in his zone. He's defending it. The mid read's going to really take away the middle guy. And this is just a variation of what you can do if you did want to use the curl flat and kind of, you know, play a little bit riskier. You can bait a lot of people the way doing this. But again, you can manually move back those 2 select cornerbacks just by doing, or I guess, let's just back them off and then manually press the slot corner again the way I was talking about. So, of course, it's a lot of adjustments. You're putting Diggs in an outside third. I'm going to put him in a quarter this play and just see how he plays differently. So you can definitely do that. You're going to inside third that safety. And let's go with Donovan Wilson in the curl flat from here. Now, you can go curl flat or you can go cloud flat. So what you can actually do is shade underneath, shade over the top, and now he's in a cloud flat if you prefer that. That's also going to put X in a cloud flat, so if you still want X in the soft spot, you're going to have to manually put him back in place like so. Now in this case, you can just use our bar. It doesn't matter what zone he's on because you're using him, so you can just blitz him or spy him or whatever. So when you click off, he rushes the passer instead of dropping back against a quarterback. So pretty simple. Again, if you want to bluff the blitz, another thing that you can do is just kind of hover here. If he sees this, it's like, oh crap, I got to block my running back. So we're going to block the running back, and the coverage, it's going to be pretty good. We don't have to worry about this guy. I mean, if he wants to throw him, he can, but there you see Donovan Wilson in the cloud flat, able to bait the crosser. Pretty simple. And again, having those athletic guys to click on and be able to make jumping picks is valuable. Now, what you can also do is change the kind of value of these vert hooks if you'd like. If you want your slot corner, you notice how Barr was doing a better job. I'm not sure why Barr was doing a way better job than our slot corner in this case of defending the drag. Who knows what that reason for that could be. And if you really wanted, you could also use the slot corner if this is becoming an issue. But yeah, I mean, other than that, everything is defended well. Now, as far as some of the other things that we can go ahead and do is we can man up some players. So if I notice him throwing it out of trips, who's a guy he throws it to a lot, probably B, so we can man up B. Get him out of the way. We can man up the tight end with A maybe if we would like. Now again, you are limited. You have 2 guys to man. You really only have 1 guy to man up if you're playing safe. If you're playing a little bit riskier, you do have 2. And you can run your coverage kind of like this as well. Maybe you only want to rush 3. You can put B in the curl flat, and you can still man up him on the tight end. So who knows? And again, these plays are all going to look the same, so he still might block his running back. So if you want to do something like this, go with the 3-man rush. Your shed's probably not going to be as good, but your coverage, I mean, it's really immaculate, and I mean, nothing open at all. So, and of course, when you're running this coverage, you're going to mix it with other plays. You're going to want to mix it with things like just a base cover 3, you could base cover 2. You don't want to just run this setup every single time. Now, I'm showing you multiple setups of the same play, but that still doesn't mean you don't want to switch up your coverage, because eventually he's going to find the weakness of it. It's probably that right sideline a lot of the time, and the middle of the field if he catches you in the blitz setup. But, I mean, overall, it's a difficult defense to beat. Another adjustment that you can go with is a bluff blitz from the slot corner specifically. So, I know the player looks weird, but our boy Jordan Lewis here is in a a bluff blitz. So, he's playing that, and you notice with the bluff blitz, there's the situation. I'm not sure why the stupid 3-rec hook and what is happening to Baker. I'm not sure why the 3-rec hook is just showing on the field permanently. It is a weird glitch, and it's been in the game since last year. But take a look at the bluff blitz adjustment. This is going to get him to... He ends up jamming him. He's not on the ball. He ends up jamming our boy DJ Moore, and then he's going to take away. And he just plays a very aggressive zone. Now, he does kind of sit in this area, which I don't like. I would like him back up after this. After he passes him off, he kind of stays as if he was playing a 5-yard vert hook. It's not ideal. But I mean, the coverage, other than that, pretty good. You see how Diggs, he plays the crosser in outside third, so you can maybe even put this guy in a hard flat if you would like, because your user's going to be over there anyway. I'll show that adjustment, and then we'll conclude the video. So you can put A in a hard flat, and then maybe we just bluff blitz Y. So here's your adjustments. You can blitz your user, and now let's run something like this, which was one of my favorite setups out of Dagger last year. Just RB on a little flat here. Again, you can crash down. I'll actually show the blitz because I mentioned that, but I mean, coverage good. I would have gone back to X a little bit sooner. Not as fast of sheds as maybe you would like, but it is what it is. So let's actually show the blitz real quick. I'm just gonna shade down, or what I'm doing is slanting outside, but I'm just gonna run the blitz normally. Throw McCaffrey on a route, snap the football, and that's gonna pretty much, I think, get the slot corner free every time. So I should have mentioned this earlier in the video, maybe lagged it a little bit more. But all I'm doing is crashing down, and here you see it is a little bit delayed. It takes longer for the tackle, and Micah Parsons is engaged, but the slot corner is still able to get free. It took a little bit longer than sometimes when it would happen, but there you see a direct engage, and again, get a fast slot corner, and you're in business. So again, there's no hovering, there's no nothing going on. Now if they do block the running back, and again, we slant down, it's probably going to be blocked. But holy crap, Micah Parsons shoved him to the side. The slot corner still would have got free on that play. But just Micah Parsons and some of those edge threat animations, I mean, they are ridiculous. Now let's block the running back and hover with the crashing down. See how it works. And again, I like to hover on this side a little bit more. And slot corner is going to get free still. So McCaffrey's walking there. Now I know Micah Parsons got free, but you still see the recovery. Show one more thing, and it's going to be McCaffrey on this hip. Now I can't max protect out of this formation, but if they're max protecting, the blitz isn't going to work. You will get sheds, as I mentioned, but it's not going to work. And again, all I'm doing differently is slanting inside. I think that's probably a better bet, both for block sheds and for this blitz to work. So I should have said that earlier, but McCaffrey on that side, he would have been blocked because Micah Parsons shouldn't have thrown him off like that every play. So, of course, if he's blocked on that side, you've given up. That's when you go with the 4-man rush, even the 3-man rush. But that's going to do a video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel down below, and peace. I'm out of here.